Interesting game last night, to say the least, between Ohio State and Virginia Tech. I mean, listen, I know Virginia Tech was up at halftime, but if you watched the first half of that game, you realize that the Hokies' points were gift wrapped by turnovers and bad plays by Ohio State. And sure, Ohio State gave up the 24 points in the game, but hey, they got the win. They got the cover. They got the job done despite having one of their top two defensive players, Joey Bosa, the All American defensive end, suspended for the contest. They had enough offense despite Urban Meyer not announcing who the quarterback was going to be. Hell, the quarterbacks didn't know who the starting quarterback was going to be. But eventually going with Cardell Jones, who didn't play great, but was more than enough in terms of being serviceable for the contest. And they got the job done with one of their top wide receivers out with a broken leg, two of their H-backs, and another wide receiver also suspended for the game. So when you think about what Ohio State did last night on the road in revenge against a Bud Foster defense that certainly didn't play well, and then you realize what Ohio State could eventually turn into once Jones becomes settled in a quarterback, once he gets so many of his playmakers back, once that defense gets Bosa back. Let's face it, the Big Ten stinks. There's nobody that Ohio State is going to play of any worth until Michigan State. That's the game for them this season. Nobody else is going to challenge them in the Big Ten. That's it. Now, of course, complacency, mental errors, they're going to have to face that themselves week in, week out in order to get through this season undefeated, but I just don't see anybody getting in the Buckeyes' way. Now, last night, Shawn Michaels, who started the season with back-to-back 100-dime max wager winners with Utah over Michigan and Arkansas taking care of business against UTEP on Saturday, he lost that 100-dime play. So that means he's now 22-7 with 100-dime releases in college football over the past 3 years. And the number one winningest football handicapper here at the site, Shawn Michaels. Then, despite that loss last night, I'm just checking his site. What is his overall football run? Yeah, he's still made $10 bettors over $31,000 in football over the past 5+ years. Occasionally, he will lose a game. On the bright side, last night, Craig Davis improved to a perfect 3-0 with his college football sides. He had a pair of 50-dime plays with Utah over Michigan State, Washington getting the cover against Boise State, and he was on Ohio State last night. Of course, Anthony Red cashed in yesterday with his college football opening total of the year, part number 2, with that game easily going over the posted price. You got it as the 777 triple play. Another guy that won last night was Brian Rosica, who for him it was football 25-dime winner number 6 out of 7 as he scored with the Buckeyes. And today he has a play 4 times stronger. It's his one and only 100-dime baseball game of the year. Your Arizona-San Francisco game at Chase Field tonight in Phoenix at 9:40 Eastern Time. I saw he had a monster play on it. I made it the half-price play of the day simply by using coupon code Bryan, B-R-Y-A-N. And again, this play is 4 times stronger than last night's football winner number 20 or 25-dime football winner number 6 out of 7 on Ohio State. One and only 100-dime game of the year from Brian Rosica. Charity play of the week is going today. Another 1,500 star raised bar lock from Trace Adams. Blah, 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 blah. Get all the promos and stuff over on the homepage because I'm bored and I want to get over to the complimentary plays, which yesterday, for only the 13th time in nearly 2 months, I took the collar. I lost both of my free plays yesterday. Blue Jays getting battered at Boston against the Red Sox. And who was the other one that lost yesterday? The Marlins getting hammered at home by Milwaukee 9-1. 72-41 with the complimentary plays over the past 58 days. Only 13 losing days in that 58-day stretch. Not bad with the plays I'm giving away. Let's get to a couple more today. I'm going to go back to the scene of the crime and look at that Toronto-Boston game. Now, let me lay it all out for you. So, for the Blue Jays, who lost yesterday, of course, you got R.A. Dickey, who the Blue Jays have won each of his last 9 starts, including 4 straight on the road. And he's gotten a ton of offensive support. But then you have the positive-negative splits. You have a positive split at home where he's 8-3 with a 3.16 earned run average. You have the negative side of that road home split On the highway, he's 2-7 this year with an earned run average of 5.29. Then you look at what he's done this year versus the Red Sox versus what he did last year versus the Red Sox. Last year, Money in the Bank, 4-0 with a 2.23 earned run average and 5 starts against Boston. This year, 3 starts against them. He's lost all 3, earned run average of 5.76. Blue Jays had won 9 out of 11 in their previous 2 road trips before getting hammered in yesterday's game. Red Sox winning 11-4 yesterday after a 3-game sweep of Philadelphia. That's 33 runs in their past 4 games. They played some good ball here of late, but the Red Sox are going with the rookie here today, Henry Owens. He was hammered by the Yankees on Wednesday. 7 runs in 1.2 innings. In 3 starts at home, he's worked a little over 12 innings. He served up 6 homers, and he has an earned run average of 8.62. And you've got a Toronto Blue Jays team that leads the majors in hitting, leads the majors in scoring, hits home runs off of left-handers. I think I read the stat of like 1 every 22 or 23 at-bats. Just some scary power numbers. I know Dickey has struggled here of late against the Blue Jays, or against the Red Sox. But I got to come back here, and I got to take Boston today as your first complimentary play. Matter of fact, let me just check to see what the latest line was on the Red Sox. I have no need to play them on the money line here tonight. By the way, I hope you like our scores and odds section. You know, I've spent a lot of time with a programmer who doesn't understand much English. It drives me crazy. And he doesn't understand me after 12 years, trying to get it to the way that I want it. And it's not a bad little odds site. It's not made for guys that are going to sit there and look at line services. But, hey, you'll see the little colors. You'll see the line changes. You'll see a nice variety of odds and sports books from both Las Vegas sources and offshore sources as well. And more importantly, it's pretty damn fast. And looking here, I see the Red Sox are up to a 145, some places 150. Again, I wouldn't play them on the run line tonight, but I'm willing to go with Dickey here. He's coming off the complete game win against the Indians in his last start. I think it was a 4-hitter and a 5-1 win against the Indians in his last start. Anyway, that's going to be your first complimentary play. Your other complimentary play, I got to do it. I have to go with the Dodgers and Kershaw on the run line. Now, guys, listen. I had a brutal, brutal week. I lost 6 out of 7 days. I mean, listen, 6 out of 7 losing days is 6 out of 7 losing days. There is no positive spin here. You win one day and you lose 6 days, that's a lousy week. That's a lousy month. I don't care what it is. It's just lousy, period. And, of course, what started my downfall was a monster 29 play on Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers at home against the Giants last week, where it was a run line play, and naturally Kershaw was dominant, and the Dodgers only won 2-1. I'm a glutton for punishment. What can I tell you? Because this is a complimentary play, I'll probably win this play because you see how I've been doing with the complimentary plays. But I'm going to go with Kershaw this one, minus the $1.10 on the run line against the Angels. You know, in this freeway series, the Dodgers won yesterday 7-5. They've won 7 straight in the series, and the Angels have been held to just 17 runs in those 7 losses, and they've hit a collective 193. You think they're going to get a lot of runs off of Kershaw tonight? A guy who was 7-0 with a 0.93 earned run average in his last 11 starts, coming off that 6-hitter against the Giants, in which he matched a career high with 15 strikeouts last Wednesday in that unfortunate 2-1 win. I know that he faced them once here, them being the Angels, of course, once at home back on August 1st, 2 hits and 8 shutout innings, and he only struck out 7 batters in that one. Dodgers have won 4 straight on the road after opening this current road trip with a loss at San Diego. They've scored 5 or more runs in 4 of those 5 games. They've won 13 of their last 19 overall. No, let me backtrack. The Dodgers have won 12 of their last 14 games and 7 straight in the series. So I'm going to go with the Dodgers in this particular spot. Heaney going for the Angels here tonight, the rookie. Has pitched very well. But I kind of find it interesting, his home road split. On the road this season, he has a 2.11 earned run average, and that's in 6 starts. In 7 starts in Anaheim, his ERA is 4.17. And his last start was about almost 2.5 weeks ago. The Toronto Blue Jays just beat the hell out of him. 7 hits, 8 runs in 3 1/3 innings, and he also walked 3 batters in that stretch. So again, I'm going to go with the Dodgers as a glutton for punishment play and take them on the run line here today, with your other complimentary play being the Boston Red Sox. I wish you well, and we will do this one more time again tomorrow.